Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Best Day Ever podcast. I am Jade Leah Burns, and joining me is Isabella Pacinelli, who is the creator of Butterfly, which is the first women's magazine in Erie. So let's just get right into it. What is Butterfly?
Yeah, Butterfly is a digital-first women's magazine and empowerment platform. We cover 6 topics: mental health, self-love, body image, relationships, wellness, and pop culture.
Now, these topics, were they like, why'd you pick them?
So they are topics that I myself am personally impacted by and love to discuss. And it was funny, actually, when I first had the idea for the magazine, I put together a vision board because that's what I do. And I really just used posts and quotes from my social media algorithms. So I put all of that together and pulled out those 6 topics as like the main themes that I have been seeing and love to talk about. So.
Perfect, cool. And
Yeah.
there's multiple writers that contribute, right?
Yeah, so all of my writers are friends of mine. So they are just helping me for free. And then my best friend is doing my marketing. So I do have a little Butterfly team. We have a little group chat. But I mean, I am technically the only person that's part of the LLC, so.
Okay, cool. And then how many are there?
There are 4 writers, 5 including myself, and then my best friend doing social media.
And do you guys write for all of the topics, or do you have like specific ones?
No, we write for all of them. I have some writers that there's certain topics that they don't want to cover. For example, one of my writers doesn't want to talk about body image, so I know to not assign her any stories like that. But me personally, I plan to write for all of them, and I think most of my writers are well versed in each of the topics, so we will just write for all of them.
Perfect, great.
Yeah.
And so let's take it back to the beginning. Where did you get this idea from?
Yeah, so I was actually at a holiday party for Strategy Solutions, which is a company here in Erie. They do business consulting. And I've been freelancing and writing and doing some marketing for them for about 2 years. So I was at that holiday party back in December, so almost a year ago now. And Dr. Rhonda Matthews from Erie's Black Wall Street sat down next to me. And I had already kind of known her because I had interviewed her for something that we were doing for Strategy Solutions. And somehow we got on the topic of my career and what I was doing with my life. And I told her that it was always a dream of mine to write for a women's magazine. And she looked at me with complete sincerity and just asked, "Why don't you start your own?" And I responded with like, "Oh, I don't know. I've never thought of that." And she said, "I think you need to think about it." She got up from the table. She said, "Contact me in January. My team at Erie's Black Wall Street can help you." And yeah, my life was forever changed after that.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
If someone came up to me and said that, I think I'd be scared. So I give all the props
No, I was
to you.
super scared, for sure.
And so how long of a process did it take you to get to today?
Yeah, so I would say I got home from that holiday party, called a lot of friends, a lot of family, and was like, oh my God, like I think I'm actually gonna do this. So from the very beginning, I have been grinding. I put together the vision board, like I said. I wrote down ideas, questions, like everything that I could have been doing in the pre-planning process, I was doing. And then I had applied for Erie's Black Wall Street's New Ventures program in February, maybe January. I got accepted in February, and then we didn't begin until end of May.
Okay.
So it was a long process of waiting for me, but meanwhile I was like cooking. Right, like I had story ideas that I was writing down, trying to figure out who the team could be, all of that. And so May 23rd was the first meeting we ever had, and that was where I got all of the tools and resources I needed to actually make this a business. So yeah.
I'd say that's kind of a short process. You were
Yeah.
fast. So.
Yeah, I know. I have been fast.
And so you had your launch last week.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how that went.
Oh my gosh, it was the most incredible night of my life. I kept telling everybody it was like my wedding day. Like, I'm like, oh, thanks for coming to my wedding, you know, because who knows if I'll ever get married. So it just felt like such an amazing experience. We had about 90 people attend.
Okay.
It was at the 1020 Collective, which is just such a beautiful space. Actually, I did catering for an event at 1020 back in June, and ever since then I was like, this is where the launch party will be. So
it's very beautiful there.
Yeah, it is. So had it there. The Cork catered the food. We had cookies from Millie's Morsels. Romo Pix was there taking photos. Bella's Blooms donated all of the flowers. We had fresh, beautiful flowers on all the tables. It was just incredible. Yeah, and then my mom gave a speech. She did so beautiful. Dr. Matthews introduced me, and then I gave my speech and sort of just talked about where Butterfly is headed. And yeah, it was just a magical night. I've gotten great feedback from it. We raised some money for Butterfly, which is awesome. And yeah, it was a good time had by all.
Yeah, and you said about 90 people, so obviously this is something that maybe the Erie region kind of needed, would you say?
Yeah, and that was like my biggest takeaway from it was like that mixed with the feedback that I got of everybody just being like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, you know, it really made it clear that we do need this, and it also made it clear that Erie's on board, and I like that, so I'm excited.
Did you think that Erie would be on board, or
No,
was that kind of a surprise?
I've been a little nervous,
Sure,
just because I think that we live in a very politically charged climate right now, and Butterfly leans a certain way, and I wanted that, but I want it to be a magazine for all, and so I didn't really know how it would be perceived and what people would think of the stories and kind of what we're doing for women. So I'm excited, and I hope it'll just grow and more people will learn about it and love it, and yeah, join the community.
And it's just online right now, right?
Yes, yeah, I do want to do print. Print is just very expensive, so we're holding off on that for right now. But it is definitely my dream to have magazines like in coffee shops and in the library and just around places in Erie. That's what I want.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. I've already taken my good look through
Yes.
a bunch of articles on there, and it's something I think, I mean, of course, something our age would be
Yes.
very interested in. But again, like you were saying, everyone is welcome to something like this and would be
Yeah.
interested in it.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah, cool. Well, let's take it back a little bit.
Okay.
I want to know exactly who Bella is. You have mentioned that your mom is a big part of your life. She was a
Yeah.
single mom growing up, and you're an only child. So tell me a little
Yeah.
bit about who you are.
Yeah, I was raised by a single mom who lived in a very small apartment. But my mom sacrificed a lot to make sure that I had private education. So I went to St. James School, then I went to Mercier's Prep, and then I made it to college. I went to Ashland University in Ohio. And I don't know, Bella, she was a nerd back then, of course. Like, yeah, struggling with some mental health that maybe she didn't know at the time. Always kind of being in her head, being very serious. I had a lot of fun as a kid, but I was also very type A organized. That's just who I am. That's why I was able to launch a business in the amount of months that I did. So yeah, family is really important to me. Growing up without a father figure, I had a lot of uncles that stepped in for me, all of my mom's siblings, and then my aunt's husband as well. So when they say that it takes a village, like my upbringing was definitely showcasing that. So there was a lot of people that helped my mom, but also she did a lot on her own and did amazing at it. And yeah, and since I was an only child, friendship was really important to me, still is like one of my true values. I think that my friends are my siblings, and yeah, I just place a lot of emphasis on that. So yeah, I played sports, I played with dolls, I did all the things as a kid, and then when I went to high school, I discovered my love of writing, like my sophomore year of high school, I think, and it was my religion and homeroom teacher, who is now actually one of my writers.
Oh my goodness.
My religion and homeroom teacher, Mr. Miller, at the time, now I just call him Miller, he played a big part in discovering my love of writing. So a lot of his classes incorporated like essay style papers and things like that, and I found my voice through that. And then he inspired me to start a blog, and yeah, I've had my blog ever since. And then I knew that I wanted to write for a women's magazine my senior year of high school, so I majored in digital media journalism, and when I was there, I wrote a lot of stories that were women-focused. So stories about eating disorders, mental health struggles, women's equality, things like that. So it was very apparent when I was in college that this was kind of the route that I wanted to go. I was writing and talking about things that a lot of my classmates weren't.
I was literally just about to ask you, how was it like taking, for lack of a better term, like a controversial topic in a college setting and being able to put your own voice to it?
Well, I think it helped that nobody really read the paper. Like, let's be honest.
Please, I wrote for my school's newspaper too, so I get it.
Nobody read it. Like, we know that. So it's not like I received any like backlash or like anything like that. And I had a journalism instructor who was instrumental in giving me that space and that platform to do that, because she also believed in women's issues. So I think that was really helpful. So I really just had a lot of support, and I was sort of like that, I don't know, I felt very, not like the outcast, but like in my major, I was kind of on a little desert, like a little island where I really just wanted to do feature writing. I really wanted to talk about women's issues, whereas a lot of my classmates were very like news focused and sports focused. And so I sort of just owned that space, I feel like. And and then out of college, I got into marketing, which threw quite the curveball. Marketing is a lot different than journalism, and yet they have a lot of similarities.
Sure, yeah.
So I was able to do it. And it was obviously divine intervention because I learned website design.
There you go. Everything's setting up.
Yep. And copywriting and the value of advertising. And all of that allowed me to be able to design my website myself. I'm very knowledgeable about ads and how they work. And I really the universe was setting me up for success, for sure. And so, that's like my way back story.
Where did you go to school? Did you say it?
I went for high school?
For college?
College, Ashland University. Which is in Ohio. Yes, okay. Very small rural town, a lot of Amish around. And it was surprising to me that I picked Ashland, but every time I went there, it felt like home. It's a nice 2.5-hour drive from Erie, and they had the major that I wanted, and Greek life was something that I also really wanted. So I joined a sorority when I was there, and college was absolutely the best 4 years of my life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere else that you were maybe looking for, or?
I had looked in the Pittsburgh area. I had toured a few schools in there, but something about Ohio.
Yeah.
Something about Ohio, yeah.
Well, you're not in Ohio now.
You're right.
So what happened along the way?
Yes, so I, after college, lived in Medina, Ohio, which is another small town, about 45 minutes from Cleveland. I lived there for about 2.5 years with my boyfriend at the time.
Okay.
And so we had a very quiet, Zen life in Medina. And then we started to drift apart. And so we made the decision to break up. And within a matter of 9 days, I had ended that relationship, quit my job because I wasn't able to do it fully remote, and decided to move back to my hometown of Erie.
How was that step, doing it? Did you?
Oh, it was terrible.
I was ready to say, you probably didn't want to do that.
No, I didn't want to do that at all, especially because a lot of my younger years, I had just wanted to get out of Erie.
Sure, yeah.
I liked the idea of
Can relate.
Yeah. So, I was definitely feeling like, wow, this is a setback. But I'm so glad that I did it. It was the best decision I ever made. So I moved in with Mom for about 9 months until I got my own place here. And ever since then, I just feel like I have been blossoming into who I am meant to be. And Butterfly was absolutely supposed to be made in Erie. And so I'm really grateful for everything that's led me here. And now I kind of like Erie.
Yeah.
So
It's okay to love
it can
Erie.
happen. It's okay to love Erie.
Well, huh? Really rude to interrupt.
I know, now I lost my...
You know what? We're done. We're done.
I don't.
We're scrapping this whole episode.
Anyway, I would say so many things also have shaped you to come back here, of course.
Yeah.
Growing up as a single mom, only child, then going off to college, and then maybe also a big part, you living with your boyfriend for, did you say 2 years?
2.5 years we lived together.
Yeah, so, and that's like completely different when you're living with this person for so long and then you're not talking to this person and completely 180 of your life, so.
Yep. Yeah.
Crazy.
A lot of things.
Well, it has obviously brought you to better places.
Yes.
Yes.
Completely
Cool.
agree. Mm-hmm.
Well, you were telling me that you went to a girls' trip in Portugal?
Yes, I went on a self-love retreat for women back in January of 2024.
Tell me about this. How did it go? Why did you want to go?
Yeah, well, so I had moved back to Erie in September of 2023, and applications for this had gone out in September 2023.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's funny, it's actually one of my favorite influencers, podcasters, and authors. Her name is Mary Jelkovsky. She is better known for Mary's Cup of Tea. She has a self-love podcast. She has a few books. And I have been following her for years and years, like probably 6 or 7 years I've known of her. And I knew that she hosted these self-love retreats for women. And so the week that I was back home from this breakup, it had just happened. I worked from home that whole week. I went back, stayed with my mom. I had taken part in one of her self-love workshops, and it was like a nice $25 investment. So I was like all for it, right? And in that workshop, she announced her next self-love retreat. And she said it was in Oleão, Portugal. Applications open this month. Here's the investment that it would be. And I just had this feeling of like, oh, I have to go.
Yeah.
Like I just ended this relationship. My whole life has done a 180, like you said. Like I need this really badly. And so I applied. I got accepted.
It's so exciting.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
I know. I was so excited. And it was funny. I actually got accepted for that on the same day that I found out that I got my job at the Cork, which is where I serve.
Oh my gosh.
So it was like, when I tell you, the universe works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Like, I mean it. Like, everything just unfolded the way it needed to. So yeah, it was in Oleão, Portugal, which is a very small, like, fisher's town in Portugal. I had never been to Portugal before. I had been to Europe before, so I was really excited to go back. It was cool that I paid for it all myself. And it was just the most incredible experience. So it was me and 21 other women from around the world. A lot of people from the U.S., or a lot of women from the U.S., but we also have retreat sisters in Saudi Arabia, the Netherlands, Austria. So we all just came together, not knowing each other, for 5 days of magic. Yeah, and we stayed at a beautiful retreat house and did a lot of activities. We did yoga, we did hiking, meditation, we did workshops, we did sharing circles. My best friend Courtney from the retreat, she always talked about us doing porch talks. So like at the end of the night when, the moon was out, the stars were out, we would go up to the highest point of the retreat house and just like talk about whatever.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, so like we would get done with sharing circle at maybe 10 o'clock and then she'd be like, all right, it's time for porch talks, who's in? And if you had the like energy to go and, talk with the group, you could, but if not, you could go to sleep or whatever. So yeah, it was just the most amazing experience of my life.
Yeah. What's maybe one thing that you took out of those couple of days?
So obviously it was a self-love retreat, right? So a lot of the workshops we were doing were journaling about like our own self-worth and our own self-acceptance and things like that. But the biggest thing that I took away and learned about self-love is that by loving others, you learn to love yourself. And so these women, all shapes, sizes, colors, everything, I grew to love them within 5 days. Like, it was so quick. And within probably 2 days, it felt like I had known them forever. You know, like I've seen parts of these women that people haven't seen of me, that I haven't seen of others, and it was just the most beautiful experience, and I truly love them. And if I can accept them with all their flaws, all their faults, all their imperfections, all their beauty, then I can do that for myself as well.
Oh my gosh, I like want to cry right now.
Yeah, so self-love, that's why it's like number 2 topic, like it's super important to me, and that retreat taught me a lot about it.
Yeah. And I think it's definitely something like in today's day in age, like is so important, because even with me, like I'm just so critical about myself and like just trying to look at other people in social media and the big scheme of social media.
Yes.
But like if there was a lot more exposure to this, maybe to like younger girls, I think we'd be better off as a society. So
yeah, I completely agree. And a big theme of my launch party for Butterfly, I had pictures of Portugal all over. And that retreat definitely sparked the inspiration for the type of community that I want to create for women. So I completely agree with you that if we have more spaces like that, it will just make our world a better place. And might I also add, we need them for men too.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because that, you know, nobody wants to talk about that, but it's something that it's important and needs to be said.
Yeah.
So
we all need vulnerable, authentic spaces that we can go to.
would you ever want to hold something like that in Erie? Maybe just getting a group of girls together and maybe spending a weekend somewhere or doing something, an event in Erie.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm already planning the first event actually. So it's in the works.
Oh my gosh, can we have some secrets? What it might be?
Okay, so it's one secret I will give.
Okay.
We need photos of women in Erie.
Okay.
Because all of our website is currently just stock photos. I, made sure to like use diverse photos and things like that, but I would love to have photos that I can use of women from Erie. So the event might be part photo shoot.
Oh my gosh. Please send me the invite.
I will. I'll keep you in mind, Jade.
Yeah, cool. Oh my gosh, that's so great though. I love that because, again, I just don't think that there's anything like that in Erie.
Yeah.
And it would be great to have.
Mm-hmm.
So in reading some of your articles, I did pull something out.
Okay.
It's from yours. My body is changing and I don't know how to deal.
How did I know you would pick it?
And there's like a couple of sentences that I kind of picked out that it just like kind of stood out to me. And it's where you wrote, "For the first time in my life, I'm thinking about the possibility that my body may never go back to the way it was before. But neither will my life, or my heart, or my brain, or my liver after too many vodka lemonades. Our life experiences continually shape who we are on the inside and the outside. That's just how it goes."
Damn, who wrote that?
I don't.
So good.
Poetry. But tell me where you got those lines from.
My heart. Yeah, like just really deep down, this is something that I've been struggling with recently. And I think there's a lot of beauty in sharing that. And I've gotten a lot of feedback on that article that it's very relatable for a lot of people. And even today I was looking at like a really old photo of myself, because there's currently a trend on Instagram, of course. Where it's like, post an old photo of you that you love. And I was a lot thinner back then, and I loved the way that I looked in the photo. Like I was very happy, I knew where it was, I was in Chicago. But I just looked at that girl and I thought, wow, she's living life. Like she hasn't been through much yet.
Yeah.
And then to look at my photo, like a photo of myself today, like wow, the things that I have been through. So I just think it further proves that point in the article that experience is respective of weight and a lot of different things in your life.
Yeah.
Like your liver after one too many vodka lemonades, So, I just think that it is a really good reminder that the older we get, the more our bodies change, the more it shows that we're living life,
Yeah, it's also something that I think that me personally have been like struggling with as well, because we are at an age, mid-20s-ish, 20s, whatever you want to call it. But like, I think before this, you're very much in a child standpoint. And then once you turn 20, like so many things change and no one really ever talks about it. It's kind of like a second puberty, low-key.
It is, yeah. That's a good way to put it.
And I'm just like, nobody ever talks about this, but everyone feels it though. And I also think I've looked at so many of my photos from like high school when I was like, oh, look at that girl, she is living her life. And I'm like, look at me now. I want to be living that life, but it's such a mental battle to like actually think that you are, and just all the experiences and the development that you've gone through. So,
and just because I wrote that doesn't mean I'm like handling it like a pro.
Yeah.
So that's another thing to remember with all of the articles on Butterfly. You know, they are meant to be a vulnerable reflection for a lot of the writers, including myself. But just because we're writing about it from this, like, I think like the way that article ended specifically, it was very like comfortable and accepting, but I still am struggling with that. So, you know, I think that's like the beauty of Butterfly. It's just like it, you know, reveals what's inside, but then shows that it's still a work in progress.
What advice would you have for a young girl who might be looking up to you right now?
Oh, that's crazy to think about. That like gives me goosebumps. I think the advice I would give would be to love yourself. Yeah, find it in yourself to be comfortable with who you are, be comfortable in your skin, be comfortable in your mind. Yeah, and also to just like do the damn thing. You know, we can do hard things. And women are just so strong. You know?
Is that something you would also maybe give to your younger self?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Did you send me your speech? And there was like a quote from your mom that said,
oh yeah.
What did it say?
We don't need a man, I can kill the spiders.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's something she used to say when I was younger.
I love that.
Me too.
Me personally.
I mean, we don't like to kill the spiders.
I was going to say, me personally, I'm not killing the spider, but...
But if you had to, you could.
If I had to, I could.
Yeah.
See, there you go. You have all the answers.
Yes, I live alone now. I have to kill the centipedes, and oh my god, I hate centipedes.
That's what pets are for.
I'm allergic. I know.
I'm also allergic to like everything on this planet.
Oh,
so.
okay. Well, we should connect about that.
We should.
Because nobody in my life gets it.
Oh my gosh, if only you knew. This one knows. He unfortunately.
She's never had a hot dog.
Hey, why are we bullying? Get out.
That's crazy. Erie has the best.
I've heard.
Yeah. Wait, why?
I'm just a really picky eater. Like really picky.
Okay. Interesting. Well, you're missing out. I mean, nobody's losing but you.
Am I though?
Yeah.
I've made it 25 years. I think I'll be okay.
Okay.
And
Enjoy your hot dogless life.
Maybe one day. It won't be today, it won't be tomorrow, and it won't be the next day, so.
Fair.
Anyway. Okay, my last question ever. My last question ever. Why did I say that? That was crazy. Anyway, I am asking this of all my guests. If you can just give me your best experience ever in Erie. This can be a story, a memory, an experience, whatever you got for me.
So I have been thinking about this, and I don't have a specific one, but I think that growing up here, there were certain places and things that I did that just feel very comfy, cozy for my soul. Like Waldameer was always my favorite place to go. We used to have skating parties at, I can't even remember what the name of it was. It was on Buffalo Road.
Yes, please. I remember that too.
Okay.
Skating at?
No.
The other skating.
Yeah, like skate park or something like that.
I know what you're talking about, but I
Okay.
don't know the name.
All right, so anyway, like just things like that, and like I'm an East Side girl, the sheets that used to be in Harbor Creek, that's like where my friends would like meet up in high school, like how lame, right? But yeah, there's just like different places that just sort of like fuel my soul. And right now, like my friends and I, we love calamaris. And so like a nice night on the patio at Callie's is just like chef's kiss. I work at the Cork, you know, that has become like a second home to me. And all of these places are just filled with like so many memories and so many like loving people. And yeah, that's just like my favorite part about Erie.
It's when you were talking about all this stuff before, it's kind of like those trends where you see the nostalgia pack.
Yes.
I like that, like
I love
creeped in the
those.
back of my brain.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
Yeah,
But-
for sure. And like, you know, for Sarah's run of the season, and, which you can't really relate to because you've never had hot dogs, but
I can still have ice cream though.
yeah, that's true. That's true, I guess. And like, you know, our beautiful beaches, and there's a lot of beauty here.
Yeah. Love Erie.
Yeah.
Wait, complete my heart. Love Erie.
Love Erie.
Jade loves Erie.
Oh. They have this running joke in the newsroom about me that I hate Erie, and they like
Oh.
literally will not give it up, even though I am Miss Erie USA.
Then she must love Erie.
I have to love Erie.
Right.
Duh. Anyway,
Anyway.
that is all the time and questions that we have
Awesome.
for you. Is there anything else that you wanted to add by chance?
Yeah, I just think,
Huh?
Little plug.
Me
I'm
plug?
doing it.
Yeah.
The plug? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first, I want to say that Butterfly is not going to be just a magazine.
Okay.
It's also going to be free events and support groups for women in Erie. It's also going to be a newsletter. It's also going to be a print magazine eventually, hopefully. And it's also going to be a podcast and a subscription platform. So Butterfly is not just a magazine. It's also going to be all these different outlets for women. And yes, you can find our website, butterflyempowered.com. There's currently 13 articles on there right now. We will be releasing more, probably within the next 2 weeks or so. And then follow and share, like, comment, all of the things on social media. We are Instagram at Butterfly Empowered, Facebook at Butterfly Media Group. And yeah, join our community. You know, keep up to date with what we're doing. Social media is going really well, a lot of outreach there. And yeah, and thank you to my team and my family and my friends, and thank you to you.
Wait, did I ask you where the name came from?
No, you didn't.
I have to include that, duh. Tell me a little bit where the name came from.
Fair. Okay, the name came from when I moved back to Erie. My mom had gifted me a lot of things with butterflies on them. And she really liked this idea that butterflies attract, they don't chase. And everything that's meant for you will come to you, just like a butterfly. So I have been loving butterflies since then. And also, I don't know if you know this, a little fun fact about butterflies that I love and is so aligned with butterfly is that when it rains, they like find shelter and they stop flying. They rest because they don't want to damage their wings. And I just think that that's so beautiful about life. Like, it's okay to rest. It's okay not to damage yourself even more. And when the sun comes back out, then you can go ahead and fly free.
I love that.
And then one other thing about Butterfly. I read a book last year called Butterfly by Catherine Harvey.
Okay.
And it is about a women's sex club.
Oh.
So I also think Butterfly can have like a little bit of a spicy tone to it. So while Butterfly is very beautiful and light and elegant, she's also sassy, and you know, she likes to have sex because she's a woman who has physical needs.
I love this.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different meanings too that
So
can
many,
go to
yeah,
it.
I know.
Because I mean, like when I was looking at it and looking at all the articles, I kind of took it as someone who is starting, maybe not like necessarily. How can I phrase this? just someone starting and then them going through a transformation and
Yeah.
being able to blossom into something beautiful, or like being able to look back on themselves and see that like that person or that beginning is still there, but it can transition into something beautiful.
Yeah.
So
And there you go. There's another
Yeah.
meaning.
look
Yeah,
at that.
I love it.
Please. Anyway, thank you, Bella, for
Yes.
being my second guest ever
I'm so
on
honored.
Jade's Best Day Ever. We come out every Wednesday with our episodes. And again, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah.
And we hope that you guys have the best day ever.